Claude is absolutely on fire right now with the amount of releases that they've had. If you've been out of sync for like a week or so, I'm sure you've been overwhelmed with everything that's been happening. There's been remote control, dispatch, channels, computer use, memory. You can't even keep up with everything. You know, you're starting to get the AI psychosis. And I'm here to break down some of this stuff using real world examples, no BS, so that we can get into how we can actually use this kind of stuff for our businesses. So let's dive in. Right now, we're going to be going through the computer use aspect of Claude. If you don't have it, just make sure you download the Claude Desktop app and then make sure you update it and everything's up to date. And once you do that, when you go into settings, you will see in the desktop app under general, there is a computer use toggle and you just switch that to on. So now Claude can interact directly with your computer. You can give it permissions to use any of the connectors that you have that you may be using with Cowork or Claude or anything like that. And you give it permissions to be able to browse certain browsers. Claude now has access to being able to take actions on your computer. It can click buttons, it can do keystrokes and everything like that. And the way that I theorize this working is that it's basically like having an assistant on your computer fulfilling whatever tasks that you're able to send them. And the great thing is, if you're using the new dispatch function, you can be able to do this from your phone. So we're talking about being able to do things with full desktop control. And instead of having to use browser automated tools like Selenium or Playwright, it is actually doing the work. It is much easier to set up, and it actually just thinks, it takes screenshots and then it decides what action to take based on that screenshot. And then it keeps taking actions and gets closer and closer to the goal that you set for it. So I'm going to walk through right now how I would use it using one of my own personal dashboards, which I basically created for a VA to use anyway, to just simplify all the tasks in my business, such as outreach, content creation and stuff like that. And basically just have someone be able to do all that stuff for me so that when I check into work in the morning, I can just get going with the stuff that I need done. So first of all, shout out to Nick Sarev, who found out that you can use the Min browser to be able to take actions in your browser and be able to do things on websites that you couldn't normally do on Chrome. Not just yet, because yes, this is still a beta version. But yeah, using the Min browser bypasses it for now. Basically here, I've prompted it to be able to go and use the Min browser to check out a dashboard that I built to run my entire business. Check out the prospecting page that we have scraped leads to. It could actually scrape the leads by itself using that dashboard. We give Min access to the browser, and there you go. You can see it spun it up. You see this orange border around your desktop screen, and it will start taking actions. It will start moving the mouse, and you can see that it is trying its best to do what I have prompted it to do. You can see there that it just found the prospecting tab on my sidebar, and now it is trying to find any one of the prospects that has an ICP score over 90. And yeah, I had a couple issues actually with screen recording on top of it because it was seeing the screen recording. But here you can see it scrolling through the list and is trying to find all of the ICP leads over a score of 90. You can see that it's taking screenshots and zooming in to certain parts. And yeah, I finished that task. It was able to select both of those leads. And now I could use that to be able to push them to either an instantly email campaign if I set that up, or I could push them to my Go High Level campaign, which automatically sends AI voice appointment setters to call them if it has their number. But in this case, I'm going to try to show you that we can connect with them as well on LinkedIn, because their profiles are also linked on my dashboard through the scrapers that are running on the back end. So you can see, once again, it's starting up computer use. It's going to the first lead, and now it's going to click on their LinkedIn profile and attempt to connect with them. You can also set it up so that it has a message that it can send to them. But for the sake of showing this, I'm just going to do an auto connect with no message. You can see it's trying to link his card. And I have to say right here that yes, it is incredibly slow. You could do this way faster yourself, but there is a lot of potential here. Let's say if you just wanted to do all this stuff overnight and have something ready for you in the morning. Here you see it's clicking on connect and then asking if I want to add a note to my invitation, and it just sent it without a note. Now you can see the request is pending. Now that it did that, it's going to go on to the second lead that's over a score of 90 and reach out to them on LinkedIn. So something interesting happened, and it gave us a 404. So now it actually is going to go look for that person on LinkedIn, which I was not expecting at all. It's pretty cool. And I don't think it's going to find anything. Yep, no results found. It's going to keep searching for different keywords, I guess, and looking for a match. And it has finalized that LinkedIn profile does not exist. So yeah, I hope that is a proof of concept of how you could use something like this, where if you have a part of your business or your software that needs to be tested, or if you need to get someone to run manually, this is a great way to be able to do it without having to get a real person doing it. You can imagine that this would be great for testing your software or doing CI/CD or quality assurance. In my case, I just have this dashboard where it can go into my content pipeline and just start scraping scripts or scraping viral topics or niches, getting trending news and stuff like that, or GitHub repos, and then pushing them into my content machine to be able to get ready for the next day and start shooting content as soon as I sit down in my chair. We could also get it to look at how my auto research tools are doing for my different email campaigns or any of these scorings that I have on my dashboard throughout the day, so that we're just getting really fast and updated information about everything that's working on all the things that we're trying to test out in our business. Another great use case is if I just wanted to prompt my boardroom from my phone if I was out, and then just get computer used to copy and paste the output into a document for me, or take a screenshot or send that document to myself wherever I would need it, right? Or even send it to a partner or someone I'm working with. So ideas for the future are, if you could run this in a virtual sandbox kind of environment, you could theoretically just spin up 5 different agents, I guess, and get them all doing the same task and just get much more output out of it, because it is incredibly slow right now. It is not something that I would replace myself with unless I was running it on a different computer or something like that, or a virtual environment. Yeah, it's just not up to being fast enough to be able to do what I needed to do right now unless I keep it running overnight. Screenshot, decide, evaluate, and then act. That's basically the loop that's running on this thing. And if you would like to see more of me building out some sort of overnight automation or something with this, just drop a comment below and I'll be sure to check it out. And if you found this useful or interesting in any way, please drop a sub. I really appreciate it. Peace.